Thanks for reviewing this video. This is Erica at the Evaluation Center at the University of Colorado at Denver. And this video is about the Quarterly Progress Report, specifically for grantees reporting on Goals 3 through 7. We'll review the report and plug in some examples. And by the end, you'll have an overview of the Quarterly Progress Report and have an understanding of how to navigate through the report. It would also be a good idea to view the QPR Policy Section video after this video. This is the first page of the STEPP Quarterly Progress Report. You'll see this page when you click on the email link to complete the survey. This report form will automatically determine which sections you need to complete based on your responses to certain items. Here's some information about submitting your report and sharing your report in order to have multiple people putting in information. You'll have an opportunity to download a PDF of your responses once it's all been entered, but before submitting. And here's some information, my contact information, in case you need help. So the first few questions is where you'll indicate the quarter that you're reporting on. You'll select your grantee or project name. For this example, I'll just select Delta. Here's some fields where you can enter in information for updated contacts for your grantee as your grantee. And then you'll select which county or counties did your program directly serve, or if it was statewide. We'll select counties, and then we'll click Next. In the next screen, you'll select which counties. I'll just select Delta for this example, and then click Next. And then you'll be taken to the page where you'll select the STEP goal areas that you're reporting on. For this example, I'll select Goal 3 and Goal 4. And this will prompt us to enter sets of questions regarding Goal 3 and then regarding Goal 4. You can check as many of these goals as necessary. And then we'll click Next. On this next page, you're prompted to answer a series of questions regarding Goal 3. And that's reminding you right up here. This first set of questions asks you to report on the 3 key program activities or accomplishments that you completed during the last quarter. There's another video that goes in a little bit more deeply about this set of questions and how to answer them, and key resources and definitions that can help you accurately answer these set of questions. I'll just briefly go through them here. So for this report, key program activities are activities or accomplishments that have the greatest potential impact on your target population. If you scroll down, you'll be prompted to enter in activities, a 3 to 4 word descriptor for each, and I'll just type in something here. Something generic, but we'll see how this will populate as we complete the next set of questions. Then I'll click Next. And you'll see at the top here that for key activity 1, which we call training, you're going to be required to answer several questions about that. The first question is, describe in 1 or 2 sentences what the activity or accomplishment consisted of and why it's important. Then you'll be asked to select the primary target population. You can choose from this list or put in another. And then you'll be asked to select the category from these choices below that best describes the activity. It's really important that you read the glossary here by clicking on this hyperlink and read definition and examples of these 6 different categories so that you properly categorize the activity. I'll just select this one, providing information. Then we will report on the frequency of that activity. Was it a one-time event, more than once, or ongoing? And then we'll provide some information about the total number of individuals in the target population, potential individuals. Regarding activity 1, training, I'll just say that was 20. And then you'll be asked to how many individuals in the target population participated in the training, and I'll just say 10. Then we'll click Next. On this next page, you're asked to complete these same set of questions now, thinking of your key activity number 2, which we just called meeting. So you'll be asked to put in a description here, select a target population, select the category, and then for this example, I know we need to enter in some information here, so I'm just going to put in some numbers here and click Next so you'll see where we're going to go. And now we're prompted again to answer these same set of questions regarding our third activity, which we had called adoption of policy. So we would fill in information for each of these questions here. I'll enter in some information here, and then we'll click Next. The next page you're taken to is where you'll describe your overall progress for Goal 3. It shows up in the text here, so it reminds you that you are reporting on Goal 3. And then you'll type some progress narrative in here, and then click Next. Now you're asked to provide some information regarding the evaluation of Goal 3. Did you develop an evaluation plan for this goal? We'll say yes, and then click Next. And then you're asked to provide the overall status for your evaluation for this goal area. We'll say it's in the planning phase. And then you're asked just 2 simple questions here to describe some highlights from your evaluation for this quarter and any challenges or barriers. And then click Next. Now you're taken to a set of policy questions. And again, it reminds you that you need to think about your work for Goal 3. It first asks you whether or not you had any policy change in direction this quarter. If you select yes, then you need to explain that here. And then click Next. Next, you're reminded that we're talking about Goal 3. How many policy initiatives did you work on this quarter? So it's very important that you put in a number here, the number of policy initiatives that you worked on. I'll put in a 1. And there's an important note here that this number should not be changed. And then we'll click Next. Now you're asked a set of questions describing that policy initiative related to Goal 3. And the first text box asked you to provide a brief name or description of this policy initiative. I'll call it Important Policy Initiative, but you should put a meaningful name here. And then we'll choose from this drop-down list the primary focus. Just pick something. And then you're asked to provide some information here about where the policy initiative is taking place, and click Next. Now, you're asked to indicate on the policy continuum that we called Important Policy Initiative where it falls this quarter. So you would check all that apply here. Research the problem, investigate and analyze, advocate, assess support, prepare for implementation, and implement. So for this example, we'll say in this last quarter we worked at this level of the policy continuum. So the more checks that you select here, the more questions that you'll be prompted to answer under each of these categories. I'll click Next. And here, since we selected Investigate and Analyze Policy Solution, we're seeing the questions associated with that. So you'll need to answer the questions in that level. You'll enter the information there, and then you'll click Next. Now, you'll see that you're prompted to complete these following questions thinking of Goal 4, since we had originally selected Goal 3 and 4 that we were reporting on. So now, these questions should be familiar, but now we'll be answering them for Goal 4. I think this is where I will end the video, since you saw all of the questions associated with Goal 3 that in this example would report for answering for Goal 4. Thank you.